Are you mad at Draymond Green re-signing with the Golden State Warriors? Are you happy that he's back? Simple question. 888-957-9570. Are you happy Day is back?
Draymond is so full of crap.
Oh, boy. Man, he's so polarizing. Next week, we bring you the All-Star Week blowout. That's right. Blowout. Your chance to win incredible prizes. Steph and Clay autographed jerseys, Warriors tickets, gift cards around the golf with hosts at Berkeley Country Club, and much, much more. It all starts next Monday and goes through the entire week. Every show, every day, you'll have a chance at great prizes as we bring you the All-Star Week blowout. That's right, gift cards, tickets, jerseys. We got it all. Who loves you? 95.7 does. Couldn't get that out. 95.7. Well, it felt great to have 4 days off.
Oh, it felt awesome. You know, it's interesting. In the break, Evan Giddings, who was working with Joe Spadoni on Monday, was like talking about the young players on the Warriors the last couple of years and how they were unplayable and they're trying to do something that's unprecedented. Who won the World Series this year in baseball?
Last year?
Yeah.
Houston Astros.
Okay. How old was their shortstop?
Altuve? Or Pena?
Yeah, he was a rookie, right?
Stuff, yeah.
He was a rookie? Was he a rookie?
Yep.
Yeah, he was a rookie.
Yep.
Was he the ALCS MVP?
Yep.
Oh, and he won the World Series.
Yeah.
Got it.
Why?
Well, I thought young players can't help you. That's the narrative. Because, winning championships with a championship roster, young players can't contribute at all. At least that's the argument that, and Evan's making a point that a lot of people are making, that the young guys can't help you at all. What they're doing is unprecedented. No young players have ever helped you. I said, well, what about Magic Johnson? He's like, well, he was the number 1 overall pick. And I go, I know.
Well, what about Jordan Poole?
That's another one. It's a great example. How about this guy, Mario Chalmers? He was a young player that helped out the big three. I don't know. Leon Poe was a young player that helped out the original big three for the Boston Celtics.
When the Celtics won a championship with Kevin Garnett, one of the best power forwards in NBA history, Spadoni, Rajon Rondo, was he not a young player?
Very young player.
Andrew Bynum
is another young player. So, are there tons of examples of guys being big, small, and medium contributors to championships? Yes. There's no doubt about it.
So where are you getting at?
Well, what I'm getting at is that I just think that we spent way too much time saying that these guys weren't ready, and the team just wasn't good last year. They weren't good enough for a variety of reasons. And one of the many reasons is, the youngsters were a little, inconsistent. That's baked in there. The veterans were inconsistent. The chemistry was clearly off. My top dogs didn't play like top dogs. My second best player didn't play.
No.
But I feel like we filed everything under the youngsters didn't help them enough. And I think they took too much blame.
No, they did. And to be honest with you, the youngsters actually did help you. I could say that Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga, without those two guys last year, you don't even make the playoffs. You don't avoid the play-in tournament. Jordan Poole played 82 games. Jonathan Kuminga, we cited the numbers since February 1st. He had to play because Andrew Wiggins was out. And he played. Got better and better and better.
Yes.
Better and better and better. So he did help you get to the playoffs.
And I'll give you other examples. Matt Duffy was not the Rookie of the Year. Helped you get to the playoffs in 2016.
Did.
He had a great year. Jason Hayward helped the Atlanta Braves get to the playoffs the year Buster Posey was the Rookie of the Year.
And did Buster Posey win a World Series when he was a rookie?
Yes.
Was Tim Lincecum...
To
be fair, Lincecum, Kane... And Bumgarner were pretty damn young during that first championship run.
Well, Kane was 5 years in, Lincecum was 3 years in, or whatever. But they were very young. Absolutely.
Still green.
And Bum started Game 5 and was, or Game 4,
21 years old.
Excuse me, Game 4, and was 20 or 21 years old.
21.
And I would say that Bumgarner, similar to Kuminga, was not the centerpiece of the Giants in 2010.
Exactly.
Now, he would evolve into something much greater, and I don't know if Kuminga can evolve into something much greater.
Juan Soto
was the
linchpin. Very important figure
linchpin.
For the Washington Nationals.
So I just, this thing that young players can't help you at all, I don't subscribe to. Now, I'm not saying they have to be Magic Johnson. That's outlier.
So
Buster and Magic and even Juan Soto to a degree, batting third at 20 years old on a championship team, that's an outlier. Most guys aren't ready to do that.
Let me ask you.
But you're telling me Christian Braun was the centerpiece of the Nuggets? But he helped them this year.
So I'm trying to figure out what triggered you with this conversation.
I just think that we've taken so much time to crush a bunch of young guys at the end of the bench. And it's like, guys, we need these young guys to contribute.
Well, you know what's great about this offseason for the Golden State Warriors?
We need them.
Is they're going to have to play Jonathan Kuminga. They're going to have to play Moses Moody. And I think, seriously, this is where first-round picks, knowing that they have that, The Warriors are going to have to make a decision on these guys next offseason. Do we extend them? Do we give them a little max? Do we give them the Jordan Poole contract? What happens? It's a huge year for Kuminga and Moody.
Agreed.
They know that.
Agreed.
Both the organization and the players. Taking that leap this year, I think, is imperative for them, not only to compete in the Western Conference and try to win another championship, which would be number 5 for Steph, Clay, and Dre, but also for the youngsters.
Well, and I just think I'm a little frustrated too, B, and I don't mean to interrupt you here, but I'm a little frustrated because, the guy that he played all year in Ty Jerome goes to another team. You didn't use him at all in the playoffs because you couldn't use him in the playoffs because of the rules, because they had already signed him. The other guy that you did sign in Jeremy Lamb to a two-way feels like he's
Anthony Lamb.
Or Anthony Lamb, excuse me. Is he even on the team?
No, he's. I don't know what's going on with him.
So you used him all during the regular season.
You didn't play him.
You didn't really win a lot of games, even though you told me he was more, game ready. And then you didn't use him in the playoffs. So I am a little frustrated with just some of the excuse making that the team, the fans, people have done on trying to dump on the youngsters. I just think it's a little disproportionate.
Well, I think it's unfair the way Jordan Poole has been kicked around. That is number one to me.
Yes.
He didn't have his best year, so nor did Clay, nor did Draymond. Steph missed a ton of games. Andrew Wiggins missed a ton of games. Really the guy who, if you had to give a Lynn Ashmont Award away on the Golden State Warriors, of course, the Lynn Ashmont Award is like the guy on the 49ers who provides leadership, the MVP, leadership, inspirational. That would be Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney is probably one of your most consistent players last season. So to your point about blaming all the youngsters, we've gone through this exercise. They should not have been blamed, but they also pouted. Kuminga pouted at the wrong time.
No doubt.
He doesn't get credit.
I'm not ignoring that at all. That is absolutely baked into it.
Going to CJ Holmes.
Yes.
In the SF Chronicle, and we love CJ on the show. CJ's doing a great job for the San Francisco Chronicle. He did his job. Player, he goes up to a player, asks him some questions on the record. He gave him the juice, and he writes an article. That's his job. CJ Holmes should not get any hate for that. Jonathan Kuminga should not have been speaking to CJ Holmes. Should not have been pouting about playing time in the middle of a playoff series. Got to grow up. And that's who's Kerr, Draymond, Steph Curry said it before Game 7. If you're not about the team, don't get on that charter bus.
Well, and I think that, if I ask most fans, Dante DiVincenzo, is he one of the youngins? People would say, no, he's more of a veteran. And if you're going to use this term unplayable for when it comes to the rookies, DiVincenzo was damn near unplayable for both series. And he was so important to what they did during the regular season. And for a variety of reasons, his play diminishing, the fit with GP2, Wiggins coming back into the fold, him not shooting well from three-point land for months on end, he didn't play well, and he felt unplayable. So I think to just look at the youngsters is unfair.
And Travis Irby.
It's all these things.
Travis Irby, did I kick Jonathan Kuminga? I kicked the veterans more so than anybody on that roster last season.
Oh, you were very frustrated with Clay and Draymond.
Well, the veterans.
Yes.
Because they were on the floor in the last 5 minutes of that first 0-5 road trip.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They won 11 road games, and I was on the veterans. I was on Steve Kerr. Jonathan Kuminga, I thought should have played a lot more. I'm a huge Kuminga fan. I am so thankful they're not going to trade Jonathan Kuminga. I was so worried about them moving off of John. Originally, when they traded for CP3, I said, oh, boy, they're going to trade Jonathan Kuminga. I thought he was going to be gone within the next 2 weeks. Now, I calmed down a little bit and said, oh, they're going to keep Kuminga. They're going to keep Kuminga. Yeah. I think he's a prospect. I think he could be a two-way star in this league. The way he defends, the way he gets up, he's athletic, he gets to the free throw line. I'm so high on Jonathan Kuminga. So I kicked everybody down, Travis Irby. It wasn't just Kuminga. Now, Tyler Miller brings up Jordan Poole to slander, and, he kind of came at me on TV. A lot of people blame, Jordan Poole was talking to Bonte Hill about the slander. We clarified that. Festus went down to talk to him. We went down to talk to him. It wasn't directed at us. I know who it was directed at, and I'm not going to say. But it wasn't directed at me. Just Bully and I looked at each other like, damn, JP. And that shows you how rattled JP was last season, though. He was coming off a 19-point fourth quarter against the Philadelphia 76ers. He outplayed Tyrese Maxey.
That's right.
And the fact that he was worried about the slander just shows you that everything that everybody was saying and everybody was writing about had gotten to him.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear what Daryl Morey said about Tyrese Maxey?
What'd he say?
Something to the effect of, I wouldn't trade him for any player in the league.
Man.
When does that crack come into play for you?
I'm so over Daryl Morey.
He's so overrated.
He's so bad.